I am making today a Asiago no knead artisan bread, and the kitchen's kind of crazy right now because I've got 3 loaves of sourdough that is going through its autolyse. I've got onions I've got to process, I've got shallots I've got to process, and then I also have to go out and plant my garlic for the fall. We've had a couple not hard freezes, but soft freezes and frost mornings. So I need to get that in like today. But first I've got to get this spread done, and I've got to get all my other chores. So I hope you follow along. I hope you do this. We're going to do this in a cast iron pan. We are same day cooking it, so there's no wait time for this. It's a 3-hour rise, and then we'll be baking it, and we'll be using some Asiago cheese, and we're going to be doing it in our cast iron skillet. So I hope you guys join along. All right, so the first thing that we are going to do is we are going to bloom our yeast. We are going to do 2 1/4 teaspoon. 1/4. And we are going to use some warm water. My water machine is on the fritz, so I've got my bottled water here that I did warm up. So that is going to be about 360 mLs of warm water. Uh-oh. I broke something. All right, so for this recipe, I didn't realize that you don't bloom it first, so we're going to improvise. We've already got it bloomed, so we're just going to go from there. We are going to do 3 1/4 cup of bread flour. That's 423 grams of bread flour. Now you want to use bread flour in this because it's going to give you a chewier, crustier dough. And we are going to do 2 teaspoons of salt. We are going to do a 1/2 teaspoon of fresh black pepper. Teaspoon. And then 2 cloves of minced garlic. Now I'm going to grab the garlic that we have that we pre-shredded, and I'm just going to stick it in the microwave to kind of get it soft. All right, get those a little mixed in together, incorporated. And this is going to be a really sticky dough. Don't use your mixer with this because you don't want it completely incorporated, because at that point it will get tough. And I've just got shredded Asiago here. All right, 1/2 cup and 1/2 cup. Get that all incorporated. We're going to pour in our yeast and our warm water. And then all you're going to do is just stir this. Again, it's going to be very wet and very shaggy. That's okay. Just get that flour incorporated with the liquid so there's no dry flour in there. And then at that point, once you've gotten all that, almost like a pizza dough consistency, we are going to let this sit. We're going to cover it and let it rise for 3 hours. All right. Excuse the dogs. They're eating right now. So what we're going to do next is we've got our oven preheating at 425. We have let our dough rise for 3.5 hours. Actually, I think it's been about 4. This is what we're looking at. The whole house smells like garlic. I'm so excited. We're going to take some flour and get this shaped. All right, get that other one. As you can see, it is very, very sticky. This is very similar to a focaccia. All right. I'm not going to get too much of the flour into this. I'm just going to get it kind of shaped. And then we are going to see how that just relaxes. That's going to be so yummy. All right, so we have got our cast iron. We're going to put a little bit of olive oil in there. We're also going to put a little bit of butter. Just to give it a little bit of texture and flavor on the bottom. No, this is not for you. Go away. Go. All right. And then we're just going to take this and we are going to put it in our pan. No dimpling needed. No nothing. And then we're just going to top it with some Asiago cheese. Get off my finger. And we're going to stick this in the oven. Now it is going to go into the oven again at 425. And that is going to bake for 35 minutes. And now we're going to clean up this mess. Later. And guess who has the bread? The little one. I definitely would use a smaller, I think my cast iron is a 12-inch. I would probably use an 8 or a 10. The next size down that I have, I think, is a 6-inch, so it'd be too small. But absolute fantastic taste, great texture. If you can see that, super springy. You can taste that pepper in it. And we ended up making a balsamic balsamic and olive oil dipping sauce for it. Fantastic. I would probably make this over the focaccia if I wanted to eat it the same way. But that is really, really good. Definitely try that one. That's going to be your Asiago garlic, no knead bread. Definitely use an 8 or maybe even a 10-inch pan, or you can do it in a Dutch oven, whichever. I loved it. Have a great night. Bye-bye.